Hello, friends. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Avery, and I'm your host. This is episode 78, and today I am sharing my past life regression session that I did with Tracy Ventura. I interviewed her a few episodes back on the podcast. She is a past life, I never know the phrase. She's a past life professional. She's a higher self expert, so to speak, but she does past life regression. And I have had two sessions with her, one in 2024 and one back in March of this year. So I had the interview live on this main feed, and I had the actual session itself over on the Patreon. But a little update on the Patreon, I just could not keep up with 2 episodes every single week since I have really been focusing on my psychic readings and psychic mentorships. So I have already let the patrons know, but I am going to be kind of dissolving that lower tier of the Patreon where I'm doing an extra episode every week because I just can't sustain that. And we are just doing the 1 tier of the Patreon. And in that 1 tier, we do a monthly meeting together where we hang out and we talk about different topics. Okay, so that's the update with the Patreon. But I shared this session a while back over there, and so now I am sharing it publicly. You will hear me in a little bit give the whole spiel on what you can expect. Also, I will leave Tracy's information and how to book with her in the show notes if you're interested in booking with her. I love her. I highly recommend her. Both sessions that I have had with her have been nothing short of amazing. And let me tell you from experience, I have brought through my higher self in both of those sessions, and I even predicted things talking to my higher self, or my higher self told me and predicted things for me that have now come true. So I just want to say it's really legit, and she is very talented at what she does. Okay, but I'm going to share this past life, and be warned, this past life includes aliens and reptilians and just a lot of things. So it's either really cool or really weird, depending on where you're coming from. But either way, enjoy the episode. Hello, beautiful, wonderful patrons. Welcome back to the Patreon. Today, I am sharing my past life regression session. I have talked about Tracy Ventura. This is the second session that I've done with her. I did one back in 2024. It was absolutely amazing. I brought so many questions about whether or not I should leave my marriage and kind of like just that whole period of my life. And it was just really confirming, and it really helped me make big decisions in my life. So I knew it was going to be really great. But it's the past life part that really gets me, because both of the past lives that I have had with her, I don't know why I just decided to be like a diva. I just wanted to be special. I don't know what it is, but both of the past lives that I've gone into with her are they're just a lot. So I just want to say, go into this with an open mind, okay? If you are not with me, if you are not here, if you are not on this level, that is perfectly fine. If you're just here to listen to me sound like a psycho, you go right ahead. You do you. I'm never here to force you to believe what I believe, because I know it's a lot. I get that. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I will warn you, this past life is another alien past life. I don't know. I also want to say, just so you have an idea of how this works, you're not hypnotized in the sense of what you would think. Like, you're not like, you're very much aware. I am very much aware of what's going on. I'm very much aware of what I'm saying. In fact, I'm like getting this information and I'm relaying it. And sometimes, and I did better this time because I knew not to question it so much, but essentially you're just receiving information. It's like you're receiving just the context. You're receiving like the fully formed information in your head. And then you have to figure out how to say it. Like, oh, I just know this now. How do I say this? How do I explain this? So that's what it's like. You're just in a really deep meditative space, and she gets you into that. I cut that part out because that's I really cut this down a lot. It's an hour long, and I just want you to know I cut out a ton. I cut out a ton of dead space. There's a lot of like, she'll ask you a question and it takes a while. Like, I'll just, sit there, kind of meditate with it and just kind of wait for the answer to come in. So there's a lot of just like dead space. There's a lot of waiting, and you'll kind of hear that in the episode. I didn't want to cut all of it out because I wanted you to recognize how these sessions actually work. There's a lot of pauses while you're trying to figure out like what you're getting. So anyway, there's a lot of pausing. Be prepared for that. But if nothing else, it's just incredibly fascinating. I did take out some of the personal questions that I asked her just because it wasn't really relevant, and you would probably be bored by them. So I think I left in like one personal question, but other than that, it's the past life, one higher self question, and then it's kind of like the higher self did some explaining towards the end about that past life. So I left that in because it kind of like came full circle. And this is very much like as you're saying it, and I had this experience in the last session. It's like as you're saying it, you're like, this is psycho. Okay, so it's like you're aware of it, but the thing about these sessions is you just have to go with it. You just have to go with that first instinct, that gut instinct. And what's crazy is like when I went back to edit this and I'm listening to myself, first of all, I didn't remember half of it just because it was so much. But second of all, it makes so much sense. In the moment, I'm not seeing the full picture of what I'm saying. I'm just translating, right? But then when I go back and listen, which I just did to edit it, it's so fascinating because I'm like, oh, wow, this makes so much sense. And this tied back to what I said in the beginning. But in the session, I didn't realize any of that was happening. Anyway, let's get into the actual session. Oh, last note, I've told you guys many times, when I meditate, especially when I get into a really deep meditative state, I don't know why this happens. I like twitch and move, and it looks like I'm having a freaking exorcism. Like I don't know. I've never heard anybody else say that they do that. I don't know why I do that. But you will hear me when I'm trying to get these answers, you'll hear me like, I don't know, grunt almost. And so that's what that is. I just do that when I meditate. So just disclaimer. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get into the episode.
Tell me what you feel or sense or notice. Maybe it's the temperature. Maybe if you're on the ground, it's what you're standing on. But just tell me the first impressions that you have.
Masculine energy. Mm-hmm. Feel strong.
So you feel male and you feel strong?
Yes.
Nice. And are you standing on the ground? And if so, what does the ground feel or look like?
Standing on the ground, I think it just looks sandy, dirt, kind of like desert-ish. Not a desert, but just hot and sandy.
Does it feel like you have or look like you have shoes on or no shoes?
Sandals, maybe.
Okay. And do you feel like you're an adult or a child?
Mm-hmm.
So adult. Young, old, kind of in the middle, adult?
Yeah.
Do you feel like an older adult, younger adult, kind of middle?
Mm-hmm. Like established, older, but not old.
Okay. And what about clothing? Do you feel any clothing on the bottom half of your body and then up to the top half of your body?
I want to say it's like a robe-like, almost like I don't know, what is it called? Toga? Something like not a full,
okay.
Like a robe in hot weather.
Okay. And does it feel like you have like a rope or a tie or anything around your waist, or is it just long and straight?
Mm. Yeah, like a tie around the waist and not all the way long.
Okay. So not down to your ankles?
No.
Okay. And what about, does it feel like you're wearing anything on your head or no?
No. If I am, it's it's possible there's something like crown but I'm not sure. But
Okay.
there's nothing.
What about your hair? Huh?
There's
What about
nothing
there's nothing
totally
what?
nothing totally covering my head. Like I can see my hair.
Okay. Is your hair long, short, medium?
It's like short. It's like thick, wavy, short brown hair.
Got it. And what about, are you carrying anything in your hands or on your body anywhere?
No.
Okay. And do you notice any jewelry or tattoos or scars or anything on you?
Mm. It's possible I have maybe like a gold bracelet.
Okay. And is it sand and desert looking all around you, or what do you notice around you?
There's like a village almost. There's people walking around, and I want to say it's like maybe like a market.
Okay. And are you there at the market, or where are you in with respect to the market?
Yeah, I'm like I feel like I'm almost in like a town or something, and I'm kind of just looking over at the market. Like it's a little bit further away from me, and I'm just observing. I'm looking at it.
Okay, got it. Got it. So there's a village, and what does it look like the buildings are made of? Is it like older where it's like clay or something, or what would you say?
It looks like a like a Roman like an open Roman kind of I don't know if temple is the right word, but it's like a building with big white columns and um, like a not a porch, but like a white whatever on the front of the building before you go inside. There's space.
Okay. And what do you feel like you're doing in this place? Are you headed somewhere? Are you visiting? Are you just observing? What are you doing?
Mm, I don't feel like I'm necessarily headed anywhere in this moment. I feel like I am um, in some sort of leadership, like I have a role or doing. I feel like huge, like really big.
Your body?
Yeah, like I feel, I don't know if giant is the right word, but I just feel very tall. I feel like I'm towering over people almost.
Ah. And how does that make you feel? Powerful, or how does that make you feel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, capable, mm, responsible.
Do you feel like you are some kind of protector or no?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I don't feel a lot of ego. I feel responsible is the best word I can.
Ah, got it. So what do you feel, what do you feel like your job might be? Like, what takes up the majority of your time during the day? What occupies your time?
People. I don't know if managing people is the right term, more like guiding people, managing people, uh, helping people, teaching maybe, but not in a formal setting.
Any idea how you do this guiding and helping?
Just speaking to them. Um, mm, like it's not this physically, but I want to say I'm like herding sheep almost, but not physically, just in terms of how I'm kind of guiding and leading them. Like, oh, do this, come over here, do that, go over there. Just that kind of. like grouping and guiding and in like a group setting, like groups of people.
And how do you feel about your work?
Good. I feel responsible for these people, like they're like I'm guiding them, teaching them. They're not like they're not beneath me, but I feel like I'm just teaching them maybe in a way where we don't have the same knowledge.
How do you feel you gained this knowledge? How do you have this, I don't want to necessarily say superior, but superior knowledge?
I feel like
where did you come by this?
I feel like I look like a human, but I'm bigger. And I feel like they are actually human. And I feel like I'm maybe have descended from not the same place they have.
Ah. Do you feel like you came, does this place feel like Earth to you or no?
Yeah. If it's not Earth, it's very similar, but it feels like Earth. It feels more like their place.
It feels more like what?
Like their place.
Oh, okay. And do you know where you came from and how you got here?
Maybe like a different star system. I feel like I've been here for a long time.
Any idea how you got there?
It feels like I may have come in on a ship, but it was just like a one time, like we just came and stayed.
Did you come alone or with others?
With others.
Ah. Are the others large like you too?
Yeah.
Any idea what your purpose or mission is?
I feel like we're helping. Like that we're assisting and like acting as a catalyst to their development, maybe.
Ah. And you said you look human, but quite a bit larger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are the people afraid of you or no?
No.
Okay. And in terms of your body, do you have a need for sleep and food like humans?
I don't think so.
Could you go back to your home planet if you wanted to?
I think so, yes.
Ah. Will there come a day when you leave this planet, or will you die here?
No, I feel like I would leave.
Got it. Anything else you're noticing at this point that we haven't talked about yet?
Just I'm just like sensing other people that seem to be of the same descendants, the same species as me, and they're tall. It's a lot of like, it's very like if I were to like either Egyptian or Roman or Greek, like that kind of like white sort of toga, gold jewelry. Like the women have more like more jewelry, more ornaments, sort of. And I feel like we discuss the humans, and I feel like it's very like, oh, we need to help them with this and that, and like I feel like we meet and kind of discuss what needs to be done next and what they need, and it's mostly what I'm getting right now.
Okay. Do you get the impression that humans were sort of stuck and that's why they needed your help, or no?
Mm, not so much stuck as just slow.
And who decided they needed a nudge?
It feels like it was like the rest of the galaxy or the universe. I'm not sure how big it goes, but it feels like it was almost like a group decision between like multiple species. Like we were all kind of looking at Earth being like, yeah, they need help.
Ah, wow. So are there other species down there helping also besides your tall race?
It feels like occasionally or maybe sometimes, but not as a normal everyday priority.
Okay. Did you volunteer or did you get voluntold?
Feels like I volunteered. Like I'm happy to be here.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, let's do this. Take me forward in that life, stay in that life, and take me forward in time. And you can go forward days, weeks, months, years, whatever you feels appropriate. Take me forward to an important or just a memorable day. So a day where something important or maybe just kind of memorable is taking place. And now that we're there, go ahead and tell me what it is that you see, what's happening.
Feels like conflict. Mm.
Tell me about this conflict.
Kind of feel into it. It feels like there's a fight for control over like the humans and their planet. Like kidnap isn't the right word, but it feels like there's another species that is wanting control over the humans, but it's almost like the attack isn't even on my species. It's like it's on the humans and we're trying to protect them.
Is it a physical battle?
Yes.
Ah. What does this other species look like?
My brain immediately wants to say reptilian, but I want to make sure I'm not just making assumptions.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I see.
Okay. Does it feel like this is the other race's first landing, so to speak, on Earth?
No, it feels like they were maybe here a long time ago and they left. They haven't been here for a long time. And now it's almost like they saw what we were doing and what we were doing with the humans and what was happening, and they wanted to come back.
Right. So are they physically fighting you or physically fighting the humans?
I feel like they're just trying to take the humans because they're weak and vulnerable, and the humans can't really fight them at all. They're more. It's like they're simultaneously fighting us, who is the real threat, but then also trying to just I don't just not kidnap, but maybe just like take the human, like take them hostage, maybe gain control over the humans and fight us off while we're trying to protect them.
Ah. Who seems to be having the upper hand in this battle?
I feel like we're outnumbered. Like I feel like we didn't need as many of us while we were there. Like there was more humans than there were us, and we just didn't need as many of us. It didn't take that many. So it's not even like I can't see that they're like winning, but it's like I feel like the sky went dark and like I see just red, and I don't know if it's more symbolic than it is like actually happening, but it's like dark and red and very just like I see their anger. Like these reptilians look like much more dinosaur-ish than I think I would have. Like they're not the reptilians that seem to like stand up more humanoid. Like they're more dinosaur shaped almost. Like they're more conscious. They're not like animalistic necessarily like a dinosaur where they're not like they're very conscious and aware and organized, but they're not humanoid looking like I might have thought. Very vicious though. Very sharp teeth. Like I just keep seeing this one that's kind of right in front of me, and it's like snarling. I feel like he's kind of looking at me like I feel like I want to step in and like put myself between the humans and him, and he's like just glaring at me like. And I don't feel like afraid of him. I feel like I'm like calculating like what the risk is. Like if I step over here, what's he gonna do? And then I just feel like there's a bunch of stuff happening in the background, like just like a raid almost.
A raid of humans?
Like I feel like the reptilians kind of came in almost like you would picture just like a village raid from like a long time ago. It feels like they came in and like are just like snatching and capturing, and like it feels like they just kind of like came out of left field and just like swept in really quickly. And it feels like we're over here, but there's just not as many of us, and they are much more just like vicious and violent, and we're not. I don't feel like we're as like we feel like protective, like we feel powerful, but not like so vicious.
Right.
The humans are very. It just feels like they're very vulnerable. Like they're just not. They don't have the capacity to fight off these things.
What do you think the reptilians want the humans for?
It feels like they saw what we were doing with the humans, and they saw the humans' potential for what could become, what they could become. Like it was like we were guiding the humans in a positive but powerful way. Like we were teaching and guiding and upbringing them towards where we were. More like inner power and understanding the universe and understanding, who they were, but they just were more like infantile. They were more just didn't have the understanding, and that's what we were kind of teaching and helping guide them with. And it feels like it was just like we were peaceful, everything was fine. And it feels like one day this just like army of reptilians came in and just it was so fast, like they just came in and just like invaded. And it feels like they saw what we were doing, and they want that for themselves.
And so what, do you know what their goal is with these captured humans?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like they saw their own potential for what we were doing. Like we and the rest of the universe saw like the humans needed help and guidance in growing into their potential. And it feels like the reptilians saw their own goal. Like they saw the humans as something completely different, like that they could, because it feels like the reptilians are still much more advanced than the humans, but much more negative and just vicious and awful and dense and low vibrational. And it feels like it's like they saw what was happening, and they saw almost like the humans were at this it's like a fork in the road. Like they were at a threshold point where it was like, maybe if they crossed over this particular threshold, it would be much like they would have ascended to a point where they really couldn't be of any use to the reptilians. And they were nearing that point. And so the reptilians came in kind of before they could hit that threshold.
Do you believe it was an attempt to create chaos and throw everything off and kick you out, or what?
Yeah, it feels like they wanted, because it feels like they were there before. And again, I feel like I knew some of this. I'm trying not to put too much background, but it feels like they were here before, and they weren't necessarily interested in the planet until they saw the humans. Like they had left, they were doing something else, and then they saw the humans and the potential. And it feels like they saw their own use for them, their own agenda, and decided that they wanted that. And so it feels like their goal was to come in and just completely overtake because they had the numbers. And it was almost like, well, we're just going to go back to Earth because we were there. Like we have a claim to it. We were there before them. And we're going to use the humans for our own agenda, because the humans still felt very just vulnerable and what's the word? Easy to manipulate. Like not easy, but just weak. Like they just couldn't do anything, or they didn't know better.
So how does this battle end?
It feels like they just had too many. Like, I feel like they weren't so much fighting with us as they were just like capturing humans, and we didn't have enough like manpower to protect enough of them. So I feel like we tried to protect as many as we could. I feel like we got some out and away from them, but it wasn't enough. Just feels
and
like
they physically capture. I'm sorry, go ahead. It feels like what?
it just feels like we knew, like we're looking at it going, we just don't have enough people. Like it doesn't feel like we got bloody with them. It was more just like we were trying to protect, and the reptilians came in like they were violent. It doesn't feel like we were violent. Like it just felt like we're just trying to protect, we're trying to guard, almost like herding sheep away from a wolf, like just trying to get them away, but realizing that there's just they came in so fast and there's so many and they're so violent that it's weird. I feel like I'm like very calm about it. Like it's like I feel sad and upset, but I'm not scared and I'm not, I feel like disappointed is the word I want to say. It's like, I just feel calm. Like I feel upset and I don't want this to go this way, but I'm also just like very grounded and very calm.
Do you think you have the ability to feel fear? Or is that not an emotion you would feel?
It does. If I do, I'm not finding it. It feels like I am just so aware of the higher purpose in things that it's like I understand what's happening here and I understand our goal and I understand what we're trying to do, but I also understand like the way the universe works, and I understand, it's like I understand this isn't the end all be all, but I'm just upset because this wasn't what we were trying to do. And I feel somewhat invested in the humans, like I'm responsible, and I really didn't, I don't want to see this happen. But I like, in another setting, I feel like I would feel really upset and distraught. And I just don't feel that. I feel disappointed.
Do you feel like this is the first time you or your race has had a run-in with the reptilians, or no?
No. Like, I feel like we saw them come in and go, oh my God, like, I almost want to laugh. Like, I'm not laughing there, but it's almost like the feeling is like, oh God, come on. Like, it's like we saw them and just knew they're just so invasive. And we weren't expecting them. But I feel like I feel like we're above them in terms of like, I guess more evolved, because the reptilians don't feel like they're on the same level as we are, but they feel like they have more knowledge than the humans. But the humans feel more gentle and neutral. And the reptilians feel more just like vicious and selfish and what's the word? Like just conflict. I don't know.
So, do you end up abandoning your post, or what does your race do?
Yeah, it feels like we realized that in that moment we just didn't have the manpower. And so we thought, okay, we need to like regroup. Like it doesn't feel like we want to abandon them. It feels more like, okay, in this moment, we don't have the upper hand. We need to reassess. So we might have left just to do that, or maybe it just feels like we went over here in our group to figure out what we needed to do.
So you went off, did you go off planet?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like if we did, we didn't go far. Like we're away from the humans and the reptilians. Like we're in our own space. It could be a ship just like off planet. I don't feel like we're all the way, well, I don't feel like we're all the way back on the home planet. It's weird. I feel like maybe there's a connection to the home planet. I don't know if like or maybe we're speaking with people that are still on that planet, but we're not all the way back. Maybe there's a connection somehow, but I don't feel like we just like went all the way back home to stay. It feels like maybe we just like got back on the ship and we're just like having a meeting, but I feel like we still have a connection to our home planet. So I don't know if maybe it feels like there's another council or somebody who is higher than me. I feel like I was sent as like a leader to help with this really important task, but I'm not like the guy. Like there's another, like I feel at least one really specific masculine energy that we are kind of like reporting back to. And we're like meeting with him and going like, well, how do we handle this?
And do you feel like humans are being physically harmed and killed or tortured back on Earth by the reptilians, or no?
I would say mainly captured more than killed. Mainly captured, and they're just very scared. It just feels like the humans are under the reptilians' control. Not that they're, at least right now, they're not necessarily torturing and killing. It's just more like trapping. Like they're just establishing control.
And moving to the time when an ultimate decision is made by your race on what to do, if you move to that time, tell me what your race ultimately decides to do.
I feel like I'm getting part of it, and I want to say that before I forget. But
okay.
The first thing I got was that like there was just too many reptilians, and if we went in right now, it would just be like a bloodbath. Like it doesn't feel like we want physical violence. That's just not how we operate. And like, yeah, we could get a bunch more people or whatever we are and go, try to win them back, but it would just be so much physical violence, and then we might make things worse for the humans, and it's hard to tell what the outcome of that might be. And there's just a lot of potential that it could just be one giant mess that doesn't actually go our way anyway. So I'm trying to see. It's like, that's what we're not going to do. I'm trying to figure out what we are going to do. Loosely, like the general idea is, it feels like we're like, okay, well, it's too chaotic right now. Like if we go in now, it's just going to make a mess. It feels like we're saying we have to just let it settle for a minute, because we don't want to make it worse. And they're, and the reptilians are kind of like, they're expecting us right now. It's fresh. They're on guard. And our goal is to just like maintain the humans as a species, like just make sure that the species continues. And that like the reptilians want control over the humans, so it doesn't feel like they're going to wipe them out, because they want to use them for their own agenda. And so we feel like okay, well, they're not going to wipe them out. So we'll have to leave it for now because it'll just make it worse. We need to come back when things are calmer, like they've kind of settled and they're not expecting us. Or almost like, hang on. It feels like if we come back, we're not going to come in the way that they came in. Like, we're not going to just come in and swoop in and try to like just steal them back. That doesn't. It feels like we want to come back. We want to help the humans. But the way that it's turned out, it's almost like we have to come through a back door. Like we're kind of planning ahead and saying, oh, we'll have to come back when things are settled, and we'll kind of like almost like sneak in. Like we'll slowly, I don't know, just try to bring our presence back, kind of.
So do you return home on your spaceship?
Yeah, I feel like right now we do.
And how do you personally feel about getting back home?
I feel good. It just feels like I was home and then I went to go help Earth and now I'm just back. Like, I'm happy to be back.
Are you able to monitor what's going on Earth from your planet?
Yeah, it feels like we have people that do that. Like there's some people whose role is to monitor what's going on.
Are you part of any planning meetings after that point about what to do going forward?
Yeah, it feels like because I was there the last time and I saw how it went and I knew the humans and I knew what was going, that moving forward, I'm one of the ones who, oversees this because I knew it well.
Got it. Are you able to find out if things eventually calm down on Earth between the humans and the reptilians?
It feels like they really slowed down the humans' progression. Like they were on a trajectory with us where they were, we had saw that they needed help, they needed a catalyst, and we came in and it was coming quick. And then it feels like the reptilians came in and it just slowed way back down. So it feels like a long time has passed and the humans aren't much further than they were because just the density of the reptilians is just so, they have a lot of power, they have a lot of control. That it's almost like, it feels almost like a veil over the humans, like a thick not shield, but like a barrier that kind of stops, like it kind of encloses the humans, is what it feels like. Like they've just got this tight grip on them. It feels like it's, I don't know. It just feels like it's so dense. I feel like we're just waiting. Like it's like it, I feel like all this time passes because the reptilians, like, it's just so slow.
So jumping forward in time, in Earth's time, this race that you are part of, do you know if they are currently still watching Earth or participating in trying to help again?
Yes, they are. They're not, it feels like they're not the primary helpers, but they're there.
Any idea how they're helping currently?
It feels like there's other species that are helping them with where they are right now. And it feels like we'll go in later when they're more prepared for us. They're not quite ready for us. Like when they're more, like when their frequency, when their energy has reached the right point, then we'll go in and help. Feels like we're just kind of waiting in the wings right now.
Ah. So, do you know how the humans are being helped now, and if the reptilians are still there?
The visual I see is, okay, it's like that veil that they had is like disintegrating. So it looks like I'm looking at Earth from space, and I can it's like I'm seeing all this like symbolic, like I can see what's going on, and it looks like it's like a layer of Earth that was on top of Earth is being like peeled back, and as it's being peeled back, it's almost like it was like if a dark cloud created a veil all the way around the planet. It's almost like the veil is being pushed back, and now there's sunlight coming onto the Earth, and it's like all the humans are kind of like symbolically looking over, and they're like, wait, what? Like, what's that? It's like they're realizing that this was just a veil. So
the humans are waking up in a sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's like the see, it's so hard because I'm like, well, I know this in my brain, but I'm because yeah.
Well, your higher self can use things you know, but I love the discernment that you're working with.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like the it's almost like I see the reptilians like falling off the planet. It's almost like the gravity just like let go of them, and they're just like falling off, and they're almost like grasping. And meanwhile, the humans are kind of like watching this veil be torn back and the sunlight coming in, and it's like they're all going, oh my God. And I feel like there's it's like I see a lot of other species. It's almost like I picture like if there's a bunch of ships sitting outside of Earth, and all the different ships are kind of like all the different other species in the galaxy, and we're all like watching and waiting, and we all want to help in our different ways. And it feels like that's what we're doing, but we're just not first. It's like we're all going to help, but like my species isn't first. It's not our time to help yet. And it feels like, yeah, it just feels like all these different ships. It feels a little bit more symbolic, but it's like all of these different ships are just sitting in front of Earth, watching the veil be torn off, and the humans are kind of like looking, and they're seeing all these ships, and just realizing that what they were seeing the whole time was this, mirage, this this dark cloud that was just, almost like tint on a car window.
And do the reptilians still have any sort of control over humans that you can tell?
It looks like it's like if you took like an orange peel or an apple peel and you took all of it off except this one little tiny corner, and that tiny corner was like hanging on, and the rest of the fruit was peeled except that one little bit that's just like hanging on by a thread. That's what it looks like. It's like it's like they're just hanging on, as you know, they don't want to let go. They're hanging on to that last little bit of, that last grip that they have. It's like it's more like symbolic what I'm seeing. It's like those from like the 90s, those like monkeys in a barrel that would like hang off of each other.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
It's like that's like what I see, like the reptilians like hanging from the planet, just like hanging on to each other, like they're just hanging on by a thread, like just it's all they have left.
Right. Is your race in communication with these other races, watching all of this?
Yes.
Okay. And would you say it's a lot of races or no?
Yeah, at least a good handful that's like right there.
And what's preventing them from swooping in? Any idea?
Yeah, it's like they had to be ready, because like where we had the humans when we were there, they were already, it's like they were at this certain level, they had this certain frequency, they were on a certain, and then they kind of like went backward. It's almost like it's like a puppy who is like beaten at a foster home, and then you get them back, but there's trauma. And so we have to like wait. We can't just like jump in there. It's like we have to wait for them to kind of like be ready for us to come in, because otherwise it would just cause damage. Like we just can't rush in.
So what's needed before they can come in? What are the final things needed before they can come in?
I feel like we're just waiting for the humans to get acclimated. It's more symbolism. It's like, I feel like, that same veil, it got pulled back, and now the sun is in their eyes. And it's like the humans are all just like blinking, like they can't see anything because it's just like they've been in the dark so long. And now the sun is like blinding them. And it feels like we're almost waiting for them to just like get acclimated. Like we're waiting for them to be able to see clearly and kind of get used to the veil being gone, so that it's not, otherwise it's like too much of a stark contrast. Like they have to be in more of a neutral, open place.
And what was the back door you referenced earlier? And was or has there been a back door that has been used since your race left?
I feel like the back door is like coming in cloaked, almost like, whether that's being there but being kind of cloaked and hidden, or whether that's like, I want to say possibly incarnated, but that doesn't feel like the main one. More like, more like we're coming in cloaked, or we come in kind of like hidden, like we're trying to help in a way that is not so obvious. so we can help without causing like a war or conflict or chaos. Like we're trying to bring in knowledge, we're trying to bring in like higher frequencies, but we don't want to cause chaos with the reptilians, or like this is like how it has been, not necessarily in this present moment, but like that's the pattern. So it's like we just all would like quietly come in and, you know, do different things, go different places, help with like little things. Like it was almost like we had to sprinkle in. Like we couldn't just come in and do something big. It was like we could only do little bits and pieces, but it was helping. And so that was, the back door was almost just like coming in invisibly.
Right.
Can't remember the second question you asked.
Yeah, it was, what was the back door you referenced? And was or has the back door been used since your race left?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying too. Like, it's not just us. Like, all of these different species have been using that back door to help. Yeah, it almost,
correct me. Go ahead.
I was going to say it's almost like the back door was like an open invitation, where it was just like, whoever wants to come in and help, come help. Like, just like it was just open, not necessarily to anything and everything, but all of this group that's kind of here helping with all this handful of species kind of feels like it was just open to anybody who could go help.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but did you mean that these other races would sometimes incarnate as humans to come here?
It feels like
help?
Sometimes, yes, but that wasn't the main way, because when you incarnate as a human, you have to be human. Like you have to do the forgetting, you have to be in a human body. Like, yeah, we can do it that way, but it's not the most helpful way. Like it was still done, but it just wasn't the primary way because it didn't have as much effect.
Okay. Any idea what the primary way or ways were or have been?
Mm-hmm. Oh, like connecting with people, like channelers. It feels like.
Okay.
Like people who are ready. It feels like part of it is just like being there. Like the more of us that are there, the more that frequency kind of gets anchored. And so that just kind of, like in my mind, I picture it just like seeps into the earth. Like if a lot of us are there with a higher frequency, it like seeps into the earth, and that helps. And then it feels like we were often making connection with people who already had more access. Like it was like if you're looking at a flower field and only a few have bloomed, it's like those are the people we were connecting with. And in connecting with them, then they would spread that message or that frequency. They would kind of spread it out. So it was almost like we were planting seeds in the humans, and they would disperse it amongst themselves rather than us coming in and doing it ourselves. So it's like they were doing it us, which made it more effective. Because it's like the reptilians, you know, would, I don't know. It just feels like it was more effective if it went from like the inside out.
Right. Can you tell if that's still ongoing?
Yeah. Now how do I say this? It's like, it's very bright now. Like that, again, a lot of symbolism. It's like if we're going back to this whole thing, it was like the veil was on, and these flowers that were popping up were like the few flowers that could come up when there was really still no sun in the sky. And the more the veil gets pulled back and the more sun that gets left onto the planet, then it's like the more, if people are flowers, it's like the more and more flowers could bloom because there was more and more access to sunlight. And so now it's like most of the veil has been pulled back. And so many, I mean, symbolically, it looks like most of the flowers have bloomed or are blooming. And there's only just this small piece left that is still there, that's still like one dark spot. And almost like now what I'm getting is like, it's like even if there's flowers that haven't bloomed, now they have access to the sunlight and they can bloom whenever they want. Like it's not blocked anymore.
So now it's up to each individual flower when they want to bloom?
Yeah, it's like now they have the access. There's nothing stopping it. It's the sunlight is there. They just have to kind of open up and, soak it in. There's no veil anymore. But they're just kind of used to they're used to being closed. They've been that way for a long time. So it's like they don't trust the sun yet. They don't know, or they don't know it's there. They're just not, maybe they're just not looking. They're not even thinking about the sun being there. They're just, it might take a while before they realize like, oh, the sun is out.
Right. Nice. All right. Before we move on from there, is there anything else that we haven't covered about this whole thing from start to finish that we've been talking about that you want to add?
It just feels good. Like it feels like if I'm going back and thinking from the perspective of my original species, it just feels like we're finally coming full circle and we're really happy about that. It just feels like it took so long. Like after that whole thing with the reptilians happened, it just feels like that slowed it down so much. And it took him, like the humans, back so many years. And now it feels like finally we're coming full circle, and all the rest of it, like we're all really happy about
that. Nice. Okay. Well, let's do this. We're gonna leave that tall being there to continue on his own journey. We're going to leave him there, continuing on his own journey. Do I have permission now to ask questions of Avery's higher self?
Yes.
Nice. I guess the first question I want to ask is, what is the reason that you showed Avery that other life that we just looked at?
It's relevant to now. It's like the journey that she started on is now being finished. Not finished permanently, but finished like that loop that she started. is coming full circle.
Ah. So what is from the giant's perspective, let's just call him a giant, what is the mission of Avery here on Earth now?
It's like a much more effective version of what she was trying to do back then, but we've discovered this works better, and that's guiding from the inside out instead of coming in to teach from the outside. So she is teaching in the same way, but from the inside, with all the knowledge that's been collected since that time.
Ah. Is that one reason why you said in the last session I had with her that getting her message out there with a podcast is part of her purpose?
Yes.
Got it.
It's been the whole many lifetimes with the same goal, but this one is significant because it's like full circle of what was started.
Right. And what message does her higher self want to share with her before we begin asking our questions? Anything?
It's like I don't know if it's she would be proud of herself or her higher self is somebody's proud of somebody. It's like she would be proud of herself is what I'm hearing.
Well, what is something she's done recently that you're proud of? Listening to her inner voice, not getting trapped in the humanness. Nice.
It's like, it's like that threshold that was mentioned earlier. It feels like I'm seeing myself, they're saying she crossed through the threshold in this lifetime, and now we're operating from the other side finally.
Nice. What can Avery do to live more in surrender and flow and not so much in trying to manage or control her future and how things will show up in her life?
Just do what comes naturally, like the voice, the speaking, it comes so naturally. Like that part's so easy. You don't have to try that hard. It's like all of the weight that was there before, even earlier in this life, that's all been dissolved or is dissolving. So now it's just the only task is to just keep walking the same path. Like you're already walking. There's already momentum there. Just keep walking.
What are some techniques she can use for when she finds herself getting lost in her thinking mind instead of surrendering and trusting? Any tips or tricks for her?
I just keep coming back to the mission. It's like she enjoys it. It's so fun. And so it stops being fun when you start kind of turning away from the goal. But if you just stay focused on having fun, it's like you're having fun gardening. If you're having fun just doing it anyway, it's going to grow. You don't have to force it. You're just having fun.
Right. So keep the mission in mind.
Yeah.
And have fun doing it.
Yeah. Like the mission is clear. It's just don't worry about the corporate logistics, the finance, the boring stuff. Like it's like just focus on the fun part. That's where the growth is.
Ah. Love it. And are there any other messages you want to share with her now before we end this session? Anything at all?
Oh. Well, they're kind of showing me like it's like two parts of the same picture. It's like they kind of were saying, you know, the place that you're going, it's big and it touches a lot of people, but the bigger it is, the more you have to prep the launch. It's like the more you have
launch, did you say?
Yeah, like you.
Okay.
It's like you're like compressing a spring, but you know, the farther it goes, the more prep work you have to do. So that's why, you know, it's felt so long and drawn out, is because there was so much prep work to do. And then, like that kind of showed me like all those lives in between the past life we just looked at and this one. It's like all of those lives are integrating and kind of creating the foundation for this life, because this one is so significant because of where we are, because of where Earth is. And it's like they're saying, you know, that life, she wanted to do something and she didn't get to help. And this time she does. It's like getting to do the same thing, but in a totally different way, but better. Because it's from the inside this time. It's like all those lives are a part of it.
And how does she feel knowing this?
Feels like it's like she always knew it was there the whole time. It's like, yeah, of course, this is what was supposed to happen. The problem is all those layers that veil all of the, like there was a veil on everybody, and then there was all these layers from childhood and from, you know, just like growing up and the Earth expectations and all of these layers that we had to get through that created doubt. And so it's like she's been scared to believe that, or trust that the purpose that she came for, that she can actually do it. Because last time felt like not a failure, but just like a disappointment, like she didn't get to. And this time it feels like you felt it coming, but it was hard to trust. Like, do I get to? And so it's like, trust it. You get to now.
Nice. Anything else you want to share before we end, or is this a good place to end?
No, they're just saying, there's just it. You'll be happy. You'll be really happy. Yeah, that's all.
Nice.
Okay, friends, that was the episode. Was that insane or was that insane? That was insane. But nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed it. If you are just not there, I hope you found it entertaining, and that's fine too. But I would just like to say I absolutely love Tracy. I absolutely recommend her. I don't know if it's posted yet, but there is an interview with her that I did separately that will be on the main feed. So go listen to that and you can hear her talk about her work more and what she does and how it works and stories about, different clients she's had. And it's just really interesting. Anyway, I highly recommend her. All of her information and her links will be listed in the description if you want to go check out her stuff and book with her. And I'll see you guys in the next one.